All right, let's just jump right into this explainer and face a pretty harsh truth right out of the gate. The world doesn't play fair. I mean, no matter how honest you are, someone might betray you. No matter how incredibly skilled you become, someone way less qualified might try to swipe your spot. But today, we're flipping the script. We are going to learn how to survive and actually rule by transforming that kind of pain into a strategic shield. We're breaking down the 8 psychological traits of the Dark Intelligence Playbook.
Now look at how the source material totally redefines dark intelligence here. It's not some villain's secret weapon. It's a necessary, deeply ethical shield for anyone who's ever been overlooked or betrayed. The text points out that this kind of intelligence is actually born out of defeat. But instead of just breaking down, these people build strength. They learn to listen, to watch, to stay perfectly quiet and calculate. Basically, they completely transform from being emotional reactors into master strategic observers.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We've got 1, the reality of power, 2, mastering strategic communication, 3, building emotional armor, 4, the art of execution, and 5, the ethical strategist.
Starting off with Section 1, the reality of power. Checkers versus chess.
You've probably seen this dynamic play out a million times. It's the classic checkers versus chess mindset. While victims and frankly amateurs just get lost in emotional reactivity, arguing, getting angry, basically laying all their cards out on the table, true leaders maintain this calculating, totally detached focus on the future. They're playing chess. They are quietly gathering information while everyone else is yelling. Because the strategist inherently understands that complete transparency is actually a massive weakness in a complex world.
Let's move to Section 2, Mastering Strategic Communication, Controlling the Narrative. Machiavelli honestly hit the nail on the head with this concept. Mystery creates curiosity, and curiosity ultimately leads to influence. Think about it. We always feel this weird obligation to give completely full answers, to explain our deepest motivations, because we think it builds trust. But in reality, you're kind of just giving away your power. When you don't reveal absolutely everything, people just naturally become intrigued by you. So to truly master strategic communication, the source tells us we need to adopt 3 very specific traits: calculated opacity, an adaptive persona, and the psychological echo. When you use these together, you control exactly how much of yourself you're giving away and exactly how the world perceives you.
Let's put calculated opacity into an everyday scenario. Say a coworker asks about your weekend. The first answer, the totally transparent one, makes you super predictable and, let's be honest, pretty forgettable. But look at the second answer. I have something important to take care of. Boom. Suddenly you're intriguing, you're powerful. And the best part? You aren't lying at all. You're just being highly selective. Your information is literally your currency, so definitely don't spend it all in one place.
Then we have the second trait, the adaptive persona. This is basically the whole be like water concept. Now, some people think adjusting how you talk to analytical people versus highly emotional people is being fake. Actually, scratch that. It's not fake at all. It's high-level communication intelligence. Just think of water. It takes the shape of its container, right? Like a cup or a lake. But it never actually stops being water. You adapt your presentation to fit the room, but your core principles, those stay rock solid.
Now for our third communication trait, the psychological echo. You have to realize that literally every single person you interact with is silently asking themselves these 3 questions. Do you see me? Do you understand me? Do you value me? If you can reflect back their deep needs, you build instant, incredible trust. So if someone is venting about their job, instead of just throwing a quick fix at them, reflect back that underlying desire they have to be challenged or appreciated. You basically become this mirror that validates their deepest needs.
All right, Section 3, Building Emotional Armor, Protecting Your Peace.
We're bringing Machiavelli back to anchor this pillar, because true freedom comes from emotional detachment, not this desperate need for everyone's approval. Now, within the context of this explainer, this definitely doesn't mean becoming some cold, unfeeling tyrant. It just means waking up to the fact that if you are a slave to other people's opinions or you're desperate for them to like you, they hold the remote control to your life.
Building this kind of impenetrable armor really relies on 2 key traits. First, the principle of detachment, which is figuring out how to care deeply without being controlled by it. And second, controlled exposure, which means strictly managing exactly what personal information you're letting out into the world.
Because here is the absolute reality of the situation. The person who has everything to gain and absolutely nothing to fear, the one who is totally willing to just walk away, that person always holds the power.
Imagine a high-stakes business negotiation. The guy desperate for the deal? He's weak. He's easily manipulated. But the person with options, who is completely detached from the outcome, negotiates from absolute strength. When you stop being afraid of losing approval, your mind gets incredibly clear.
So to pull off controlled exposure, just follow these 3 steps. This ensures you never blow through all your information currency at once, giving you a massive strategic advantage. Think about starting a new job. Do not go in there and show off every single trick you know in week 1. Reveal your skills gradually. You want to create this curiosity gap. It gives everyone the impression that you're just continuously leveling up, which keeps them super engaged and watching your every move.
Moving right along to Section 4, the art of execution. Action over ego.
This is where we shift from defense to pure offense. Execution requires you to master 3 pretty intense, highly practical traits that put real-world outcomes way ahead of simply looking good. We are talking about silent leverage, ambiguous morality, and outcome obsession.
You know how amateur power is always the loudest voice in the room? Well, strategic power whispers. It uses silence and patience as the absolute heaviest influence you can wield. You really don't have to raise your voice or bark demands. Use the power of the pause. Make yourself completely indispensable. You're building the silent leverage so that people end up giving you power willingly, simply because your mere presence totally shifts the dynamic of the room.
And here's where Machiavelli introduces ambiguous morality. Let's be real, the world is messy. It lives in these gray areas where having pure moral clarity is a total luxury we just usually can't afford. It's not about being evil, it is about being pragmatic. Sometimes being nice just enables terrible behavior. Firing a toxic employee might seem harsh on the surface, but it's what protects the rest of your team. You have to focus on what creates the best outcome for the greater good, even if you look like the bad guy for a minute.
And this perfectly explains why you should literally never waste your time arguing just to be right. Amateurs have ego obsession. They are obsessed with proving a point. But strategists, they have outcome obsession. They're constantly asking, okay, what result am I actually trying to achieve here? And they use this kind of strategic laziness to focus purely on the 20% of actions that drive 80% of the results. They are completely, 100% attached to the goal, but totally flexible on how they actually get there.
Which brings us to Section 5, the ethical strategist, wielding the shield responsibly.
Because look, having this much psychological insight is a huge responsibility. Ambiguous morality and silent leverage really must only be used to create win-win scenarios and protect the greater good. The source material makes this absolutely explicitly clear. This playbook is a shield, not a sword. You're learning this so you can stop being manipulated and so you can guide situations toward outcomes that genuinely serve everyone's best interests.
So here is what I want you to do. Pick just one trait we went over in this explainer today. Maybe it's outcome obsession, or maybe it's calculated opacity. And practice it very deliberately for the next 7 days. Don't try to juggle all 8 at once. Just focus on one. Then, watch really closely to see how people respond differently to you when you swap out emotional reactivity for cold, hard strategic intelligence.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Are you really going to keep playing checkers while the rest of the world is out there playing chess? Make the choice today to become the kind of person who simply cannot be manipulated. Stay strategic, stay firmly rooted in your core values, and use your brand new shield to navigate life and make everyone's world just a little bit better. So what's your first move going to be?